A blue and green should never be seen, only in the washing machine. Have you not heard of that one? Cut it out. Cut it out of this podcast right now. Cut that out of the podcast.
You're listening to a hockey podcast where we talk about ice hockey and stuff. Yeah. Woo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this hockey pod. I'm one of your hosts, Chanel.
And I'm Molly, the other one. For now.
The other goalie girl. Woo!
Goalie girls, because you're listening to another goalie girl edition, of course.
I mean, with the news this week, it makes sense that this is another goalie girl edition.
100%. Like, bring out your tissues because we're going to be crying or laughing or both. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. But first, we're going to be celebrating because this wouldn't be a goalie girls episode without me saying happy belated birthday to my boy, my guy, my dude, Frederick Anderson. Woo!
The most gingerest goalie out there.
Oh,
happy birthday.
Ginger. Happy birthday. We love you.
Oh. Goalie girls unite. Ooh.
Goalie girls unite, exactly. All right. What do you think we should talk about first, Molly?
Well, Avalanche have finally played a game. Well, a couple of games.
That is right. They did. How did you did you watch it? Probably not, eh?
I did not watch it. I did watch the highlights because unfortunately they're always just at the wrong time for me. It's like 3 a.m. to like 5 a.m. and that's just a bit too early for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched the highlight reels and I feel Avalanche are in the preseason so far are doing what you should do in the preseason, and that is dipping your toe with your new people.
Well, yeah, of course.
Not putting everyone all out there who's already played before, like, Knights.
Yeah,
then again,
weird.
we already knew they were trash. Sorry.
They're doing the right thing. It's kind of interesting because your game in particular against the Wild, it was high scoring, so it must have been fun to watch the highlights.
Oh yeah, it was. Seeing his first goal was from our dearest boy Kadri there.
Yup. Nazi.
Yeah, Nazi there. And he also got an assist.
1 goal.
So
2 assists.
Happy about that. 2 assists. Yes, 2 assists. Sorry.
2 assists.
So yeah, I'm glad to see Landskog back on the ice as well, our Capitan. Although not seeing a lot of ice time because you're obviously seeing all the rookies there, which is fantastic. I'm not quite sure about the new goalies, not gonna lie. So
Kemper fan, although I know that he is a hit or miss. He was really good 1 year for my fantasy when we did it. Like 2 years ago, I think.
Yes, oh my days. Wait, no, that was like 3 or 4 years ago at this point.
Yeah. I think you're right. Wasn't it oh my god, I forgot an entire year or two. Honestly, everything is
What happened?
Mushed together.
No one knows.
I don't know. No. But yeah, I'm a fan of his, so I'm hoping he can pull through for you guys, because I would hate to see his peak of been a long time ago,
Yeah. Well, I have hope for him. He played really well. 12 saves there. But the other goalie, he's just been bumped up from the Eagles. Fresh Finnish goalie there. Don't know if he did good or bad. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he got, what's his save percentage is, I think, it was in the 900s.
He has one. I don't think he has one at the moment. He's that fresh.
Oh, who are you talking about specifically? Are you talking about
I can't pronounce his name.
Justice?
Finnish. Yes.
Yeah, he played. He got a really good. He did really good.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's just he's one of his probably first NHL game.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, that's why he hasn't got like an NHL save percentage. But in the Eagles, he was playing a solid 900 save percentage there. So
yeah,
excited to see how he does in the big leagues.
Yeah, that's the thing about goalies, especially with when they're playing on another team and then they first hit NHL ice. It's always a hit or a miss, really. They could be
Yes.
amazing and then like fumble the ball or fumble the puck rather. That's your job to do that kind of stuff.
Don't fumble it, catch it. Make sure it doesn't cross that line there.
Yeah, please stop it. Stop the puck. Yeah, it's just a hit or miss. You can be excellent in the AHL, for example. Like us, Sparks, he won the Calder behind the Marlies, and then the next 2 years were just a flop with the with the Toronto Maple Leafs for the NHL. So it's you never know. You never know. So good luck.
I hope our team is well.
I hope your team ultimately fumbles the ball if you're playing us, but outside of us, sure, have fun.
Yay!
Friendly rivals, friendly rivals.
And how are the Leafy boys doing this week?
Yes, well, two things. We have usually an annual white and blue game. So they just play each
Wait.
other, and that's cool. I did miss it, and I didn't catch any of it really because I was busy. But the new All or Nothing Amazon thing is out. I can't watch it.
Oh. Oh.
Me, I was gonna be on it. I don't miss a Leafs thing really, but I'm struggling. I don't want to watch it because it feels so bad, especially with the Tavares injury and everything. It was a lot.
Yeah.
If it would have ended differently, even if we didn't progress, I feel like I'd still be ready and willing to watch it, but I don't know, last season was weird for me.
I think last season was just weird for everyone. Not gonna lie. It was good, but
Yeah. It was interesting. It was fun. I'm glad we're going back to the norm, but it was fun
Yes.
while it lasted. Oh,
It was
and
a nice
also
change.
it was a lot of change. It was a lot of change. We're good. Full up on that. Huh.
Oui, 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 oui.
But then again, change could be good because the Toronto Maple Leafs now have Michael Bunting, and this is what I want to talk about in this podcast in relations to the Leafs. Michael
Yes.
Bunting, oh girl, he is kind of killing it in the preseason. When I mean kind of, I mean he is the star of the preseason. If you're not aware, he played for the Arizona Coyotes. He was drafted by them in 2014, okay? And he just started playing with them. 26 games in 2 years, 14 points. I think they got rid of him and they might regret it. Okay? Because preseason with the Leafs, he's only played 2 games with them in the preseason. We've played 3 total. And he has a hat trick and another goal. So 4 goals total. And 1 was a freaking hat trick. Come on.
My days.
I'm really exciting. I'm really exciting. I'm really excited.
That's just a statement.
I'm excited to see him slot in the lineup with, I'm assuming, John Tavares on the left wing. It makes sense if he's doing this good, and they could really be a good partnership. That's what I have to say about my team. So you're all in the goalies.
Yeah, I'm all on the goalies. You're all on Bunting. You were talking about him last week anyway, because newbie scored a goal. Turning heads there. So
The
quite
fact that he's
exciting.
Yeah, he's good. I'm going to keep an eye on him, and we'll talk more about him whenever the Leafs come up, I'm sure, assuming he is
Definitely.
a hot topic still.
Hopefully. I hope his fire doesn't burn out there. Just preseason is amazing, and then actual season just trash.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
Yeah, it's because of how people actually play in the preseason is just completely different to how people play within the season.
Oh, it's like an audition. It's crazy auditions, right?
It's
on one
crazy
hand,
time.
on one hand, if some stars play on the ice, they're going to want to play an easy game because they don't want to get injured preseason. They're just warming up, practicing. Now, it's a different story for the Monsieur. What's the opposite of veterans? Not newbies, but
Rookies.
Oh, rookies moans. Yes, the rookies are a
Oh la
different
la.
story. Oh boy, I'm
Oh.
fumbling today. You
You're
know
not a
what? You
very
did it
good
last
goalie.
time, and now
Oh
it's
my
my
days,
turn.
I was a mess trying to edit out my fumbles last week. That was I was just listening back thinking, can she even? Can she even?
Can she
She
even?
can't.
No, she cannot.
She
And now
just
it's
can't
my turn.
even.
But yes, the rookies,
Yes.
they're auditioning, so they're gonna go hard. They're gonna risk injury most likely, because they're really gonna want a place. I mean, a top 6 would be optimal. Like Bunting obviously is gonna be in the top 6, which is great. So
Yeah.
that's my
They
thoughts
want to
on
be up
that.
there. They want to be on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Hosang too. Hosang looks good
Yes.
too. He's got a bunch of assists. I'm very impressed. So. Woo, go Leafs! I'm excited. Woohoo!
I'm actually gonna
Anyways,
say I'm excited for Leafs too. I know. Avs fan saying
really?
she's excited for Leafs. I'm gonna probably get a Leafs jersey this year. Um,
Oh my god, you reminded me. I did buy a jersey. Guys, I have
you
another
did?
jersey. Yes, I
Did
bought
you
an
get?
Anderson one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was on sale, obviously, but I was like, I can't pass that up. I need to remember. I was debating between getting a Canes Frederick Anderson jersey to support him. However, I know him as a Leaf, and I'm in love. I fell in love with him as a Leaf. Therefore, I'm going to honor him that way. So,
I love that. This has just given me ambition to get a Canes Anderson jersey. So when we're
oh
next together,
my
we can
god,
both wear our Anderson jerseys, and they'll be really
go
cute.
Andy, go Andy! Oh, I think it's adorable. All right.
Moving
What?
on.
Moving on. Next topic. Next topic. What about? Ooh, let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks.
Or the drama, the
The
memes.
drama, the memes. I mean, if you live under a rock, you probably don't know about this, but Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson. I don't know if you pronounce it Pettersson or Peterson. I'm not sure actually, and I'm usually good at the pronunciation. You and Jeremy botch it, but I usually have that under wraps. But
You
not
have it
today.
because you're on the right side of the pond. I'd say Peterson because I'm European.
Peterson. But you might be right.
Hey,
Je sais pas.
I
Um,
shipper.
Elias, Peter Pettersson, both of them are obviously very, very important for the Canucks because these two are clearly
Yeah,
the face of the franchise. And we needed them to be signed, right? Or they needed them to be signed, and they
they
did.
needed to be signed.
They needed to be signed. It took some fucking time. I won't we won't deny that. It took some time, but finally they have been signed. Quinn at 6 years for 7.85 mil and Pettersson at 3 years for 7.85. So Quinn obviously more long-term than Pettersson, so we'll see what happens there in the long run, but for now they are locked in, which is excellent because obviously the Vancouver Canucks cannot afford to lose them right now. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. They're like their top pairing. So if they didn't have them, like,
Then
would
what?
they be risking it even more? Like, not gonna lie. This time last year, I was thinking Canucks could probably do quite top of their conference, and we were sorely disappointed. If they were not signed, I would definitely put them on the same level as the Senators. So that's a personal opinion here. Who knows? They
Wow,
might have
yeah.
some rookies which are amazing, but again, we don't know until season actually kicks off.
I mean, Jack Hughes has the same opinion as you.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'll share that.
sucks when you're on the worst team in the league. Can't believe he said that. Um, but he's not wrong in a way because you need he's thinking my brother obviously comes through for this team along with his partner. Together, like Quinn averages around 50 points per season, and Pettersson 60 points per season, roughly. Together they make a good duo. They kind of remind me, I don't know if this is gonna get me into shit, but they kind of remind me of the Oilers just without McDavid. Like they can't get anywhere, they can't do anything, and they're being held together by this player. And the Canucks are being held together by these two players, you know?
Those two make
Those two make one, yes.
make one.
I was just gonna say that.
Here we're doing mathematics here. Hughes and Peterson equal McDavid.
Together.
Together, yeah.
That's great. That's great. I'm excited to see.
Whew.
I mean, I love
Same.
them though. Like I have like a soft spot in my heart for the Vancouver Canucks. For the longest time, they were my second favorite team, but that is when I was in love with the Leafs and not much league.
Yeah.
But now that I know the league a little more, I have a lot of favorite players. They are a little bit lower down the list, but they're still there for me.
They are.
What do you think? Like, how do you feel about the Vancouver Canucks in general?
In general, they're Canadian, so of course I'm gonna like them a lot more than a lot of other teams. Not biased at all, but they've like I followed the Canucks more when I was playing fantasy regularly each year.
Mm.
But because we haven't played fantasy in a hot minute, they kind of like I
Fade
don't
into the
know. They
background.
yeah. There's nothing like pizzazzy about them. It's not like they have McDavid. I hate to bring it up again, but they don't have like a McDavid Draisaitl kind of enigma. So
Yeah.
they're just kind of like there. I mean, I pay more attention to the Jets than them. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a toss-up for me between those two teams. And I know this sounds crazy, but even their colors feel subdued. Therefore, they really do fade into the background, even when you're watching them on the ice. No.
yeah,
I just
it's
hope it
another
changes.
blue team.
Yeah, ooh.
How many coffees have you had?
one, but I didn't finish it, so
Oh, that's why.
that could be it.
Okay.
That could be it.
That could be it.
I've been trying to eat healthy, and I'm eating sluggish, so perhaps that's this.
Need to eat more salad.
Yeah, I need to do the John Tavares and who and who's on your team? Who McKinnon? Is it McKinnon or Landeskog? I need to follow their diet.
I
gotta eat
sandwich.
I need some
Oh
kale
no, it is
macar.
McKinnon. It's McKinnon
It's
with his crazy
McKinnon.
diet. Yeah.
Yes. What a psycho.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
but
was gonna say Landeskog seems pretty chill. I imagine he'd like bake cookies and share them with the team kind of deal.
let's do a podcast, and it's just going to be things like how we perceive people and what we think they do.
Oh my god, can you imagine? All right, should we move on to our next topic?
Yeah, I think we should, Molly. I think we should.
Yeah. She's crying.
It's our most I'd say it's the biggest news of the week, hands down. And it's the end of the week, so it's going to be talked about probably for some time. And of course, we're talking about Robin Lehner.
Robin Lehner.
Yeah.
Goalie
Goalie that we support.
Goaltender.
We're fans here.
We stan
Robin Lehner. I witnessed firsthand Lehner going off on Twitter last night. I was refreshing his page constantly as he was dissing the NHL and he wasn't necessarily dissing the NHL. He did make it clear that he loves hockey, he loves the NHL, but he is not a fan of how they treat their players, and more specifically with medical malpractice. he made it very clear he's kind of pissed off, and he also went so far as to threaten them by claiming he would continue to release stories of malpractice within the organization until the situation is fixed. That is bold. That is bold. I can't believe it.
I mean, he's coming after this franchise.
He said, you know my number. Hit me up.
He's basically saying, come at me. Come at me, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And the NHL went, oh shit, we are going to interview him.
Let's have a sit down talk. Let's how does that make you feel? Do you want some pills for that?
Oh my god.
You just imagine they just give him some like antidepressants or some shit. Just be like, just take these, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's
We're
ridiculous.
not a medical doctor. Be like Mr. NHL there, writing out prescriptions like he's
prescription.
No
nah,
Trivago.
We don't need a prescription. Trivago. Benzodiazepine, Ambien, Trivago. Okay, yeah. So obviously this started with Jack Eichel issue where he cannot choose the type of medical treatment he will receive. He disagrees with how the NHL wants it to be handled. And honestly, as a woman, I am all for my body, my choice. I think, yes, say it to the gods, darling. How does it feel? How does it feel, you know? So I think the NHL should really allow players to choose. They can give them all the options they want. If they love an option, take it, go with it, run with it. And if they do not, they should have the option to go to a third party.
Yeah.
Get different advice. I don't know. I mean, that seems normal. It's medical, okay? It's not silly.
Yeah, if I don't know how medical care really works in the US, but surely if you're not happy with your doctor, you can go to a different doctor, like as an individual. So why would someone who, just because they happen to be on a team, why would they be forced into choosing a certain doctor or having some sort of medical care? I don't quite understand that. Like, they've all got insurance, so there's not a problem with who they can go to. So why are they limiting that is what I don't understand.
I don't get it either. It's truly evil because they signed a contract with the team, not with the devil. I'm sorry, but
Lucifer.
they can do. I think they can pick their poison. It's unreal.
Yes.
And this is not the first time this has happened. There are so many examples running around online right now with Crosby finding a person to help him, and a very serious and sad example of this would be Steve Montador. Montador. My bad, I apologize. Who was cleared from 19 concussions, Molly. 19. They said, he's good. This is what we're going to do. He's good. 19. And then he eventually died. He suffered from CTE, a brain condition caused by concussion. He was only, I believe, 35, and it was before the birth of his son. Unreal. That is malpractice. That is unreal to me. So
that is malpractice, seeing as over the last few years, last 10 years, I feel like there's been leaps and bounds in terms of concussion awareness. And it's taken seriously. Like, head injuries are such a serious topic now. Like, surely you'd look at that. Is that not a thing? Oh gosh.
It's making me wonder, though, if they're lying to us. If they're like, we're taking this seriously, but behind the scenes, it's not as taken. It's not taken as seriously as we would hope.
Well, that's the thing.
With any NHL, injury,
they might outwardly say like, "Oh, we care," but look at the suspensions as well for people who do hits. There is no like unanimous sentence. It just depends on the player. Some players basically get away with it, where others get penalized so much for an accidental hit, where they wouldn't do it again, yet people that do it again and again and again, they don't get suspended, they don't get called up, they still get to play. Like, is this another problem which is going to be highlighted by this? Is this going to be the start of something big? I hope so.
Oh my gosh, I hope so. Something needs to get
Yeah.
done. Robin Lehner said it himself, and I'm happy he took a stand, because not a lot of hockey players are. I'm assuming the reason why they do not reach out and say a lot is because they get penalized, or they get looked down upon, or maybe even bullied in the locker room. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I'm just happy no one's gonna mess with Lehner. Let's be real. So I think it's good that he has a voice. I wouldn't get near that guy, man.
No, I stand for people who stand up for themselves. If no one is going to respect, if you can't respect yourself and what's going on around you, how is anyone else supposed to respect you? So much respect to our goalie guy.
Yeah, our goalie guy. Yep, you have one place in our goalie heart. But also, I just have to read this tweet out because it's kind of crazy. We kind of alluded to it previously, but he said, "Is it common for workplaces to give out benzodiazepines to employees when they travel and Ambien?" And he also said, "Should that not be done by doctors or psychiatrists?" So they're handing out these prescriptions, or not, there's no prescription. They're just handing out these drugs. And if you do not know, benzodiazepines are essentially tranquilizers, and you may know them to be like Xanax, Valium, and they are highly addictive, so much so that you can be addicted to them within 2 to 3 days.
And they are not the counter drugs.
No,
they're
no,
definitely
no.
doctor approved kind of drugs.
Yes, it is common for doctors to prescribe them, but that doesn't mean that it's okay to give to NHL players whenever they're having a fuss about their sleep or their calmness, because Ambien is a sleeping pill, so that's another thing, and you're just gonna, oh my god, it's unreal. It blows my mind. That's the first piece of, that was his first threat to the NHL. It was his first story.
Number one. Maybe the NHL want to have a chat with him before he brings out anything else. They're going to be like, "Hey, so I know that we're doing some bad things, but can you not? Can you imagine?"
Could you have run this before you tweeted this out? Could you have run this,
Yeah, can we just have your Twitter password so we can monitor you?
Honestly, there are so many, Molly. There are so many issues with the NHL right now. Just with obviously malpractice, we've got racism, sexism. It's rough. It's rough, and I'm getting deterred. And how are they ever going to reach out to audiences, bigger audiences around the world, if they are going to just treat people like crap? All they care about is money. I get it. It's an organization. That's the way the world works, but let's change it. Why not?
I'd love to see it change. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore hockey.
Yes.
But also,
just like Robin,
I want to see things burn down.
There's no way the NHL is just going to stop, so let's move forward and progress.
Yes, let's enjoy hockey. Let's criticize people who are obviously in the wrong and let people have their opinions.
Yes.
Talking of which, if anyone does have any opinions on this matter, let us know, because obviously we're just two goalie girls having a goalie girl chat about it. So
yeah, and actually that's a good point, because I feel like a lot of fans often say things like, let's not bring politics into it. Let's just enjoy the show. It's getting hard to enjoy it with all of this madness going around you, because ultimately these players are not there to entertain you. They are, but they're not sacrificing themselves and getting concussions and getting ill just for your entertainment, So treat them like humans and get involved and use your voice. That's all I got to say about
hockey players are people too.
Yes, I'm going to get a t-shirt that says that.
Can you actually?
That's a good t-shirt. That's a good one.
That is a
Hockey
good one.
players are people too, okay? Wow, this one worked me up. I'm all sweaty. I know that's attractive, but
My gosh, me
it is,
too. Like
right?
she's ready to fight someone.
Defend your goalies.
I will fight for someone's honor right now. So if you need
Mhm.
your honor being protected, drop me a message. I will fight for you.
She's a horse girl, so you know she got you.
You know she crazy.
You know, it's cat people, then it's horse people. Or is it
gosh,
the
I
other
got
way
cats
around?
as well. I don't know.
Oh, well then in your case, the lines are blurred. All right, well, do you have anything else to add, Molly?
About hockey?
Yeah, about hockey. No, I need to know more about the horses, please. No,
They're still
hockey.
here. It's still alive for horses. Hockey players also still alive. Great start.
That is a good start. Preseason, everyone's still alive. Excellent.
Brilliant. 10 out of 10.
Oh, what about next week?
Hockey-wise, next week we're having a big old poddy pod on our Predicky Woos. Woo.
Woo! You loved it last year, so of course we're going to do our research and really figure out who we think will end where by the end of the season, and we're each going to have our own predictions. So, or predict the woos, as Jeremy and Molly say. Predicky woo.
I hope you don't mind that. I think it's fun.
No, we are a great podcast because we don't care and we create words. We make our own words up.
We do.
Sorry.
Not because my English language grasp is very lacking. Yeah, there was something I was going to say.
Yeah.
Fantasy hockey.
Fantasy hockey.
Fantasy hockey.
Those are
NHL
2 words.
Fantasy.
Those are 3 words.
There's 3 words. If you would be interested in maybe a league, we just want to just see if people are interested in fantasy hockey, like out of our listeners. Just drop us a comment. This is just some research. So let us know, and something might happen.
Yeah, we want to get closer to you guys in different ways. Hopefully, eventually getting a discussion board up too.
But for that to happen, you're going to have to remember to subscribe to us if you're listening to us on YouTube. Follow us on all platforms you're listening to on podcasts. So like when we have our new podcasts coming out, you get that little notification there. That'll be sweet. And of course, you can find us on Twitter and whatnot, so you can see what's shaking in the life of our hosties. What's happening in hockey. We share the best things, the funniest things, and of course, the serious stuff as well. So where can you find us, Chanel?
Yeah, you can find me at Chanel LV on Twitter and TikTok.
Ooh, she's on the talk.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on the Twitter. That's, what is it? At it's just _Molly.
Every time. You can follow Jeremy at Jaywalker Media on Twitter and twitch.tv/Jeremy_Walker for
and of course,
Twitch.
If you want to follow this hockey pod at this hockey pod on Twitter, we do post our podcast episodes. We post our takes on what's happening in the hockey world. And of course, we want to hear from you. So, slide into our DMs.
Yeah.
You never know.
We'll accept them. Thank you for listening.
See you next week.
Bye.